Pickles are an absolute cornerstone of barbecue. They are incredibly easy to make yourself at home, and they will taste far better than the ones you can buy in a shop, and it also works out a lot cheaper. In this video I will show you exactly how to make sliced red onion pickles and sliced gherkins. They bring a welcome acidity to cut through those fatty meats and make your plate pop. These pickles need around 24 hours at least to properly pickle, so make sure you're getting this done at least the day before your barbecue. Gather up everything you're going to need. I will put a full ingredients list in the description. And then it's time to start slicing. I'm going to start off with two just standard supermarket bought cucumbers. Just take off that nasty plastic wrapping. Don't know why they put these in plastic. I've got skins, surely they would just be fine. Never mind. And it's time to slice. Now you can of course just use a knife, but if you're lazy like me, one of these mandolins is fantastic. Just be very careful with it. We've all seen that scene from Clarkson's Farm where he slices off his own finger. The danger is real. However, it is the quickest way to get these amazingly consistent, very thinly sliced cucumbers. Repeat the process with cucumber number 2, and before you know it, you'll be up to your elbows in slices. I find as long as you stop slicing when you've still got a good size left, you should save yourself from a nasty accident, and you will be left with an absolute buttload of sliced cucumber. Now I want my pickles to really sing, so I'm going to add in even more flavour. Crush a whole head of garlic and pick out a few of the cloves. With roughly half the cloves in hand, it's time to clean up the mess with a handy clap. And then these garlic cloves need to be sliced up thinly too. Now, watching this back, I slightly regret using the mandolin because it is a lot more dangerous when dealing with a tiny little garlic clove. However, despite my reckless risk-taking, I haven't sliced the end of my finger off, and I have been left with a good pile of very finely sliced garlic, perfect for my pickles. My final ingredient is dill. This is why they're often called dill pickles. And now we build. I'm going to use one of these catering tubs. They are incredibly handy. I see them a lot used in America, but not so much in the UK, but I will put a link in the description where you can buy them from Amazon. And I just add in the ingredients layer by layer. Now that I've stuffed in as much as I possibly can, it's time to put it to one side to wait for the brine. But before that, I'm going to prepare the red onions.
That's embarrassing.
After some constructive criticism from Mrs. Barbecue, it's time to slice up these onions. We're just going to go for half rings. Now, I know some people like to save the skins of the red onion to make it even redder, but I just don't want bits in my pickle. I think they tend to turn out pink enough when you just use the onion as it is with a simple brine, but stick around, see the results, and see if you think it should be pinker. Or if you've got a better recipe, I'd be very excited to learn about it. With the slicing finally done, they're ready to go in their tub. Also, I've just realised I got through the whole cucumber segment without making a phallic joke. I think that shows real strength of character. I mean, I deserve a medal, or a certificate at the very least. The pot is full to the brim, so I'm going to take any extra onions, whack them in a pot, whack them in the fridge. They're great on salads. And then this pot too is ready for the brine. Pickling brine is incredibly easy to make. The basis are white vinegar, water, salt and sugar. I put in 290 ml of white vinegar. Again, recipe in the description, just change the ratios how you see fit. If you just want to do half the amount I have, just half everything, and you know how to do maths. Next part, I put in 850 millilitres of water from the tap. If you want to make a more middle class brine, you can of course use filtered mountain water from Scandinavia. Quickly clean the scales because Mrs. Barbecue would tell me off for putting dirty scales out on the internet. And it's time to add our first solid ingredient to the brine by way of 25 grams of table salt. With your salt accurately weighed out, it's time to add it to your pot before moving swiftly on to the sugar. Now for the sugar, we're going to add 55 grams. Now with the sugar put into the pot alongside everything else, this gives us our basic brine mixture. And if you want, you can just stop right there and brine everything in that. However, I'm going to go a little bit fancier, put in 5 grams of mustard seed. These are only going to go into the gherkins, so I'll put them aside just for now and get my pot on the heat. Give it a good stir. And once boiling, it's ready to go. I'm going to start off with my red onions, and if you're following along, it's important to do these first. Stick around, you'll find out why. I'm just going to ladle on that hot pickling mixture until the tub is full. You want to make sure you fill it right up to the brim, otherwise those top onions aren't going to get pickled. That would be such a shame after all they've been through. Lid on, and these bad boys are done. All you need to do is leave them out for a little while to completely cool down before their overnight stay in hotel fridge. You can see they're already starting to leach some of that lovely pink colour. Then it's on to the sliced gherkins. Start by adding in those mustard seeds we had put aside from earlier, and then a tip I got from Wilson's Barbecue on YouTube, add in a little bit of turmeric and it really helps with the colour of the gherkins. Be careful, this stuff stains. Once it's mixed into the remainder of the brining liquid, you just want to bring it back up to the boil and again pour it into your container. And with that, your preparation work is complete. You now have 2 very warm, not yet pickled tubs of vegetables. But fear not, 24 hours later, these are going to be absolutely delicious. I am absolutely mad for pickles. I fell in love with gherkins when I had my first McDonald's cheeseburger, and I have a pot of these in my fridge pretty much constantly. Once they've cooled down, just add them into your fridge for their well-earned rest. And go to bed, get some sleep yourself, because tomorrow we feast. We're at the next day and magic has happened. These things have become pickled. It's as easy as that, doesn't take very long at all, and these things will be good in your fridge for at least a month. Possibly even longer, but personally I've never had them last that long in my fridge because I eat them. Now that you have your 2 containers full of 2 different types of pickle, you can use them for absolutely anything. Of course, they're fantastic on a barbecue tray, they're great in burgers, especially the gherkins, and to be honest, I throw these in salads that I have for lunch. They add a little bit of life to it. The pickled red onion is lovely and pink, and I don't think I need this any pinker than this. I think this is the perfect colour, but what do you think? As I say, these pickles are great with most things, but on this particular occasion, I put them with a barbecue tray. I had some brisket point, which is obviously a very fatty piece of meat, and these pickles not only help cut through that delicious fattiness with their acidity, but they also give the actual barbecue tray a lovely pop of colour. So I hope this video has inspired you to go out there and make your own pickles, and if you have made it this far in the video, then please do me a favour and write the words fart goblin in the comments with absolutely no context. It'll be hilarious. See you next time.